All right. Applying the 48 laws of power in the lives of black men. Welcome to the Black Male POV podcast, hosted by Rich the Plug Johnson. We have a very special guest today, John X, who is a huge comedian here in the Twin Cities, a DJ, host, father. What else, man? What else you do?
Man, I ref, I pressure wash. I help people with move jobs. I do grunt work. I do boss work. Man, I do it all. Man, one thing I don't do, I don't lose. You know what I'm saying? I don't take no L's. Can't be taking L's out here.
There you go. Okay. All right. Well, John had a very, very dope topic for today. For those of you who are familiar with the 48 laws of power, today we're going to talk about applying those in the lives of black men. And he had an experience that he kind of told me about, which helped him come up with this topic for today. But do you want to tell them a little bit?
Yeah, so the 48 Laws of Power I looked into years ago. One of my mentors recommended I, check the book out. I didn't read it in its entirety, but I got a, good brief summary of it. The other day, I was riding with a friend of mine, and just the way, the conversation was going, I kind of felt like, man, like, I don't know if he has or hasn't read this book, but I feel like, if he hasn't, it's a natural way of thinking for a lot of black men, not just him, but it kind of reflect how the laws of 48 power are written in the book. And so it was just like an interesting thought, because some of them are, like never trust your friends, never be committed to anyone, so a lot of these things that I see, regularly, especially, with, people that look like me and you. So that's what I was like, man. I feel like this is a great topic to speak on, because I feel like a lot of black men, even though they probably never read the book, this is like their natural way of thinking.
Okay, that's dope. So we're gonna do a brief summary of the book and its purposes, strategies to achieve and maintain power, an explanation of why understanding power dynamics is crucial for black men, and we're going to go over some of the key laws and their application. So one of the first things that we're going to talk about is never outshine the master, and that's one of the first things you said to me.
Yeah, never outshine the master.
So you want to dig into that, what that means to you?
So never outshining the masters is it's all about understanding, like they call it hierarchical dynamics, but really it's just understanding like where you are on the totem pole. So if Rich introduces me to somebody, and that he's trying to impress, then it's like he doesn't want me to be doing more for that person than I would for Rich, because in his mind he's thinking, all right, I'm trying to build a relationship with this person, but I feel like you are trying to go around me and do more than me to build a either more sustainable relationship, or even a better power dynamic between the two of you guys. And then now that's in turn cutting me out. Now that's kind of like a, that kind of just applied to the situation at hand. But this also could mean many different things. It could be, something like at your job, like you going above your supervisor and going to, the owner of the company, or, the general manager of wherever you are, and kind of giving them ideas that you think, like, hey, I feel like if we do this will kind of, make things more efficient around here. Coming up with ideas and not running it past, the proper channels. A lot of people, they're gonna take offense to that in a way, because they feel like, oh, well, you trying to take my spot or outshine the master.
Okay, that made a lot of sense. And hearing you say that makes me think about a lot of things that I've experienced throughout life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now it all makes sense.
Yeah, it's even like little small things, like when you with your friend, and then he around his other friend group, and you come around, and then now you got the jokes, and you cool, and everybody want to be like, oh man, when your friend John coming around, you know what I'm saying? And now he like, oh, I can't come around no more without John. They kind of feel some type of way. So you know what I'm saying? A lot of this is personal, because I feel like I've been in a lot of situations where this has happened, and I'm like, man, like, yo, like I'm not here to upstage anyone. This is just my natural personality, and this is just who I am. But I feel like a lot of other people, it's intimidating, because they might have felt like they had to do a lot, to get their friends to like them, or, to be a part of the quote unquote inner circle, and then I just come around, and then everybody's like, oh, buddy, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I got good best friend vibes, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This next point is crazy. But never put too much trust in friends, and learn how to use enemies. So for me, reading this, like, never put too much trust in friends. So a lot of times when you have friends or people that you're close to, those are the people that you run to with your ideas first, right?
Yes.
And usually one or two things happen in that situation. Either they're gonna be like, oh yeah, no, that's cool, bro, but I don't really think that's gonna work. So they're gonna help kill that idea immediately. You may not move forward with it.
Immediately.
Or you share that idea with them, and then you watch it happen. And then you're not involved with it.
Man. And then and then they like, well, I'm already doing something over here, so I just kind of implemented what I already got going on. Like, yeah, it's a slippery slope, and it's one of those things where I'm a trust first person myself, but I understand when you got people that you are close to, where you feel like they might not have the same intentions as you. You know what I'm saying? Or, or the relationship that you have with them isn't the same relationship that they have with you. A lot of times we believe we're closer to people than we truly are. And then, somebody always, their favorite thing to say, bro, you don't really know me. You know what I'm saying? People, you don't really know me. And so it's like, yeah, like that's one of them. Yeah, don't trust your friends. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to use your enemies. That's that keep your enemies closer. You know what I'm saying? To keep your friends at a distance. Because the people that can hurt you the most are the people that you love. That's what they always say, and that's something that I feel like a lot of black men live by, and that they they grow up on that mindset of, yeah, man, like, I got love for you, you cool, you know what I'm saying? But, you can't get too close to what I got going on, because if you know my vulnerabilities, then, you might be able to use that to your advantage. And then one day take me out, or, you know what I'm saying? Or get me out of my position. And so, yeah, that's a very interesting take right there. That's a very interesting law.
And another thing I've noticed, and I'm sure you've noticed too, after years of doing events and performing and stuff like that, your friends are not the ones that come out to see you, and they're not the ones that support you. They're not the ones that buy tickets. If they're there, they want to come for free. Like,
yeah,
if you have a business, they need a discount. So, yeah. And then this enemies part, when you make a post, there's a bigger chance that one of your haters is going to say something slick.
Yeah.
And one of your homies say something positive and share your post. You know what I mean? So use your enemies.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Because all that interaction is good interaction. You know what I'm saying? The more comments you get, you put you in that algorithm. So
now those two things would lead to this next point. Conceal your intentions. What does that mean to you?
To me, it's everybody always got a hidden agenda. I'm a person. I like being transparent. If I'm using you, I'm gonna let you know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to utilize your platform or your space or venue, you know what I'm saying, to do what I'm doing. But then it's also, I want to let you know that I have a plethora of, you know, resources that you can utilize of mine. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and go, you know what I'm saying, like big somebody's head up and like, oh yeah, man, you know what I'm saying, like this little studio you got is nice, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this is probably the best studio I've been in, and trying to tell someone what they want to hear so I can, you know, maybe get a discount or, you know, maybe get to use it for free or, you know what I'm saying, bring my crew in here and now, you know, we got us now we got us a studio where we can record and, you know what I'm saying? It's I feel like a lot of people, you know, like they'll have you doing something for someone else, but making it look like you're doing it for them. But then now they turn around and go, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They take all the work that you just did and then they bring it to the person and go, yeah, this you know what I'm saying? This was for you, you know what I'm saying? And then you don't get the credit or you don't get no compensation. And so I feel like, you know, a lot of times, you know, we run into that, especially, you know what I'm saying, with your people that you feel like you building with. And I feel like that's a word that a lot of people like to misuse is, oh yeah, we trying to build. But shoot, at the end of the day, man, sometimes they just the architect and you the contractor and you the only one doing any of the building.
Okay. Yep. So basically what you're saying is kind of like it says here, the significance of keeping your goals and strategies private and how to protect against sabotage and manipulation.
Yeah.
So by giving them too much information, you know, they can turn around and go ahead and build what you just talked to them about.
Yeah.
And have it not be as good as what you actually told them because it wasn't their idea in the first place.
Exactly.
And then they failed, and then they like that was whack. It's like,
hey, but that also gives them that ability to sabotage what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, that's what hidden agendas typically do when, you know, when you're not upfront about, you know, what the goal is or what the intentions are. You got me moving kind of blind, you know what I'm saying? I might say the wrong thing around the wrong person, or, you know, I might, you know what I'm saying, you know, put too much work in on my end, and then now, you know what I'm saying, I'm kind of out what my investment is, you know what I'm saying, and then now I look for you, you know what I'm saying, and you don't got no way to you know what I'm saying, to compensate me. You know what I'm saying, or reimburse me for what I put in. And then now, you know what I'm saying, that idea that I wanted to do or that we were trying to do together, you know what I'm saying, it's either in the wind or you eventually move on and now you're doing it with someone else.
Which would lead to the next point, say less than necessary. Because if they follow the advice to the things that you just said, you know what I mean? Yeah. That'll help them to avoid a lot of these things that we were just talking about. A lot of people think that when they have an idea, the first thing that they should do is share it with everybody around them.
Yeah.
You know, but most of the people around you don't have the same intentions that you have. Some just feel they can do it better than you. I mean, there's just so many things that can go wrong. I've had that happen to me over and over again throughout life.
Yeah.
And I've watched people take the ideas that we just talked about. I've seen some people become very successful with them. I've seen some people take those ideas and burn them to the ground.
Burn them to the ground.
You know? and in both situations, don't include you in what you was just talking to them
about. Man, that is...
So...
That right there, that beat the dead horse, like that is something I feel like a lot of people do, because what I learned is that if I'm the person that create the idea and you take the idea from me, yeah, that's cool, you know, but I feel like the idea was only going to be successful because I was the one who created it and was going to be a part of it. And even though, you know, I have the idea, I also have the vision, right? So it's like, you know, like say we were building a house, you know, and I got the blueprint, you know, and anybody can read a blueprint and build a house from the blueprint, but you might not know some of the ways that I was going to be integrating other technology into the blueprint. you know what I'm saying, as we were building. Or, you know what I'm saying, or I might have, had a different building technique on how, to keep something more secure. So it's like a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, or a different understanding of what materials I might be using. And so I feel like a lot of times somebody's going to take your idea, or take how you do things, or maybe, for example, how you run shows and events. And then now you're not there no more, and they're wondering why, dang, like these shows ain't popping how they was when John was running them, or not a lot of people are popping out, and it's because, yeah, you might now have the blueprint, but you don't have the key, the glue, the key component to what was gonna make this successful, like. It was a lot of teams in the in the 80s and the 90s that was nice, that was doing their thing, but what they didn't have? They didn't have Michael Jordan. Some of them teams they didn't have Magic Johnson. They didn't have Isaiah Thomas. These key components that led to those teams getting rings. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's okay to have a blueprint, but if you don't got the key ingredient that's gonna make it all, you know what I'm saying, chef's kiss, then you just gonna end up, just running it dry,
Mm-hmm. Okay. What does this mean to you? It says, so much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life.
Oh, man. Your name is probably one of the most important things, especially if you are a brand. So if your name is your brand, and how you do things and your word, so it's that's one thing that I strive on, personally a lot, is my word. And that's what kind of stemmed this whole conversation, was that I gave somebody my word I was going to do something, and then the person who I was riding with, was like, dang, you got bro running you like you not a boss. And I'm like, it's not that I'm not a boss, or I'm doing, or I'm an errand boy. I told bro I was gonna do something. I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna do it and make sure it gets done. You know what I'm saying? Because I would want that same for anyone else. So especially somebody that I feel like I'm really trying to build with, So if I need something, it doesn't matter how small it is. It could be a bag of ice. You know what I'm saying? If I ask you for a bag of ice and you show up and there's no ice, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, well, now I got to go get the ice, or I got to send somebody else to get the ice, or now you got to go back and get the ice because you told me you was going to bring ice. Now we don't got no ice, you know what I'm saying? We just got, lukewarm drinks here, you know what I'm saying? And, now we got to prolong the process of actually getting this party going, you know what I'm saying, over a bag of ice, you know what I'm saying? Because you thought it wasn't as significant as it was, but every little piece plays part, but that's obviously not what what it was about, but you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, it could be something as small as that, where people, you know what I'm saying, they'd be like, yeah, I don't really mess with John, bro, you know what I'm saying? He told me he was gonna bring a bag of ice, and he never brought that bag of ice, and then now, I'm missing out on events and opportunities, just over me going, yeah, I'll bring some ice, and then not bringing the ice.
I can see how not bringing ice could be a little frustrating, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how about this next point? Court attention at all costs. The importance of visibility and making a memorable impact.
Yeah, balance attention seeking with authenticity. I feel like that is a crazy point right there. Balancing attention seeking with authenticity. So I feel like a lot of people, they're putting on an act. So you ever see when you're ever out with someone and they like all tough and hey, this is, you know what I'm saying, this is me, and like, or you with your guys and y'all might meet some women or something, and you got that one friend that's like, yeah, remember that time we was at the bar, we fought 30, knocked out 30 people, and it's like, bro, you don't gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you the center of attention right now, but this isn't who you are. and you don't know what their intentions are, you know what I'm saying? So, you can be talking all this tough stuff, and then now they're gonna be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? They might set us up to get backdoor just because you think you tough. You know what I'm saying? And that's not really who you are. But then it's also like you don't need to be that person even if you are tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you seeking attention, man, just be yourself. Like that's
Yeah. Okay. Win through your actions, never through your argument. That right there. All right, so the effectiveness of actions over words. We got a lot of people that do a lot of talking. But you notice that all that talk is never backed up through action.
No.
Or they'll do a lot of talking and then have somebody else
do the
action, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's better, like it says, it's better to win through your actions than through your argument. Let people really see what your true intentions are, what you're really about, and that you gonna back up what stand on what you're talking about.
You gonna stand on business.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, like that's I'm a real firm believer in I don't like arguing. I really like talking. I feel like if I gotta over explain my point, you know what I'm saying? When we are, having a discussion, then I feel like you more focus on winning with the words and not with what we're doing. And that's crazy right there. That was another part of what was going on, was that, in the moment he just, he wanted to, he needed to be right, you know what I'm saying, in the moment, but then eventually, later on in the evening, we chopped it up, we talked, he apologized, and, he realized, like, hey, yo, I was wrong for what I said earlier, and I respect that, man to man, but it's like, don't be so quick to try to win the argument when you're not seeing the truth. I always try to see things from the whole picture itself. You know what I'm saying? I try to see things from all 3 points of view. It's my view, the other person's view, and then the view outside of us. You know what I'm saying? The third party view, the people that aren't even in the argument. Like, what would they be thinking, or how are they viewing this? Because all of that is important. If me and you have an argument, you know what I'm saying, in front of, our friends or your friends or my family or anything, yeah, me and you might come back together, you know what I'm saying, apologize, shake hands, whatever, but then they might not see that, you know what I'm saying, and then now they just developed an opinion on how we interact, and then depending on whose side they're on, it's like, oh, well, I'm not on. I can't believe Rich would talk to John like that. I can't believe John would talk to Rich like that. And so, like, that's why I'm big on, proving what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, and just let our actions talk, because, a lot of times the argument is really just a misunderstanding of what's really going on.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that makes sense. And examples of how this law can lead to better outcomes. Yeah, I mean, you explained that right there. So, all right, the next one, use absence to increase respect and honor. Understanding the value of scarcity. So for me, this is something that I've definitely applied. I used to be everywhere. Now I'm nowhere. So if I show up somewhere, I actually have some pretty good conversations, because they're like, what are you doing here? You will never come out, you know what I mean? Compared to if I'm always there, oh yeah, there go Rich, you know what I mean? So, plus, I don't really like people that much and don't like being in big groups, and I don't like to pretend like I like people, and I don't like to pretend like I want to be somewhere that I don't want to be. So sorry, but yeah.
This applies to the comedy scene a lot. I am a person that when I started comedy here in the Twin Cities, I was already pretty much like a veteran, but because people didn't know me when I moved here, and they just assumed that I was starting, I was fresh. And so before even doing open mics, I was doing headlining shows here in Minneapolis. But now when people when I do go to open mics, sporadically, there's a few of them that I really only go to, maybe these couple of open mics, and I probably go like maybe two, 2 or 3 times a month maximum. Whenever people do see me, they're like, "Hey, yo, John, man, like, okay, what you doing?" Because it gives that, like, oh, okay, he's probably working on something, or he's got a set he's practicing for, and so yeah, like it kind of boosts me when the right people do see me, because then they're like, "Oh yeah, John, I got an event coming up. I definitely want to put you on there. I'm glad you came tonight because I was thinking about you, and now I see that you still got it going on." Like they're more receptive to put you in places to win and succeed, because they're like, yeah, you're not out here every day like these other comedians telling the same jokes we've been hearing for the last 4 years. No disrespect nobody.
Damn. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pick on you a little bit with these next two. I know they're not talking about you, but know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. The importance of reading and understanding their motivations and avoiding unnecessary conflicts by recognizing power dynamics. And the reason why I'm going to pick on you is, like I said, Johnny's a comedian.
Yeah.
Johnny's always a comedian.
Always.
It don't matter where John is at, he finna crack a joke.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, sometimes it's very, very, very important to be able to read the situation. We've had a couple of situations where John was cracking jokes. People got their feelings hurt. But then I'm like, why are your feelings hurt? You know what I mean? Because I'm not an emotional person. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, what, but I have to understand that too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel like what a lot of people miss is that that is me reading people. I crack jokes, make light of situations, give people a hard time, but then I'm also analyzing, okay, what's your breaking point? I know a lot of people's breaking points. I know a lot of buttons that I can push that'll be like, oh, okay, I already know what to say. You know what I'm saying? It's already knowing, because people, when they see me, they want to believe that I'm ignorant. They want to believe that I'm the fool. When what I'm saying, a lot of times I'm usually the smartest in the room, and I take pride in that, but it's also, so I take pride in the ability of going, okay, you got a lot going on outside of this, and right now you're ready to, take your emotions out on the people around you, or, so it's like, it's so many different ways I analyze people, even, even people that think they're invisible. Like those, like I feel like those are the people that I hear the loudest. I'm like, oh, okay, you think don't nobody see you over here? Okay, I'm finna get, what I'm saying? I'm finna let you be known that I see you. What I'm saying? And I already understand, what I'm saying, why you're trying to shy away, or why you're trying to be quiet, or why you're trying to feign. What I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we all running some type of game. And my game is, hey, what I'm saying? They're going to tell you that the loudest in the room is the dumbest. And I'm going to be the loudest in the room. And, what I'm saying? And I know what's going on 100%. I know what's going on so much of the time that I throw other people off, what I'm saying, that think they know what's going on in the room. What I'm saying? By just hitting them with the, with the driest sarcasm, what I'm saying? And then they like, oh, well, I know what's going on. Do you know what's going on? So, yeah, what I'm saying? So, I know a lot of people give people disclaimers. They're like, oh, yeah, man, this is my friend John. He a comedian. Like, don't take nothing he takes serious.
I do that all the time.
And I'm glad people say that. Don't take nothing I take serious, because trust me, I'm serious all the time, even when I'm joking.
Well, I tell them not to take it serious just so that their feelings don't get hurt. It don't mean that you're not serious. I've had plenty of light-skinned brothers come up to me like, what is wrong with this man? Like, why is he? And then I'm like, hey, man, you got to understand he's a comedian.
I got light-skinned kids.
You know, your shoes is kind of funny. So the things that you said, you know, I don't know.
Hey, you just can't wear no 6 rings around me, man. You can't wear no 6 rings around me. Somebody had some on last night.
Man, see?
Mm-hmm.
See, and I wasn't there last night, so I didn't have to give any disclaimers. I was just, whatever happened, happened. So the next one, master the art of timing. The significance of timing in achieving success. Stories of how perfecting timing led to major breakthroughs.
I know timing as far as like from a comedic standpoint. I speak about this a lot. Is just when you master the art of timing and being able to think quick on your feet, it makes you that much more appealing as even an artist, just an artist in general. But as a comedian, timing is everything. If you miss your timing on a joke, that can throw, your whole set off sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It could be from one joke. And so I also understand timing as far as, your window of opportunity when it comes to being successful. I feel like a lot of people, they believe their window is open a lot longer than what it truly is, especially here in the Twin Cities, because I know some 40-year-old rappers. I'm not saying they should give it up.
Oh, hold on. Time out, though. Time out. Woo. Okay. So, I know a lot of 40-year-old rappers as well. But the one point I will make on that is a lot of the rappers that people are listening to right now are around 40. In the industry right now, the ones that are charting, the ones that you actually hear on the radio, they're around 40. There's not too many like young rappers that is, charting.
Yeah.
If you're looking at, these Chicago rappers, a lot of them is younger, but at the same time, they don't have a long lifespan, so they gotta get it early.
A lot of them are grown up now, though. Like Dirk.
Chief Keef, he gotta be.
Yeah, Chief Keef gotta be what, 28, 29? No, he
35.
Might be, I would say he might be 31, 32.
Yeah.
But I'm saying from but that is why though. So like, look at Drake. Drake is what, 36?
At least.
Yeah, Drake like 36. But Drake been rapping, since he was what, 19, 20? You know what I'm saying?
Has he been?
Yeah.
He been singing.
Singing, rapping. You know what I'm saying?
He just started rapping recently.
But, like, look at Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne been rapping since 14. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to say Google Live. Chief Keef is not 28. This dude been rapping 20 years. So he been rapping since he was 8. But,
yeah.
All right.
So my thing is, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, just because you're 40, you don't have a chance. But, I mean, you're 40, you know what I'm saying, and you're trying to get on. Now, if you're not already on, just imagine you're 40 now, you know what I'm saying, your 10-year run, you're going to be 50 years old still rapping, you know what I'm saying? And then it's also like the substance, I was just watching somebody and they were talking about this. It's not that you can't be 40 and make it. The thing about it is that hip hop, rap is all one thing. You know what I'm saying? So, Nas is competing for the same spot Ice Spice is competing for. You know what I'm saying? Cardi B is competing for the same spot Kanye West is competing for. So it's Sexy Red and Andre 3000. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there isn't a adult hip hop, you know what I'm saying, genre. There, you know what I'm saying? There isn't a contemporary hip hop genre. It's all one chart. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easier for a lot of other genres to navigate because that music is compartmentalized into, okay, you got this type of jazz. You got the bebop jazz. You got instrumental jazz. You got jazzy singers. You know, you got the blues. You got R&B. You got you got hard rock. You got metal. You got country rock. You got it's you know what I'm saying. It's so many different facets for other genres than it is for hip hop, and that's why we're so hard on older rappers is because you're competing for a spot that you have a low success point. You know what I'm saying? It's a low chance of success competing with a lot of these younger artists because the younger artists are appealing to the younger crowd. We're not living in a time where your uncle was like, "Hey, yo, nephew, check out this. This who you need to be listening to." We're at a time where your 5-year-old nephew is putting you up on who is hot right now. You know what I'm saying? They like, yo, that Wu-Tang Clan, that's not hot right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lil Kneecap and Big Toes was cracking right now. You know what I'm saying? So, like that's where I'm coming from when I say timing. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of these older rappers here in the city, and I'm also just taking shots at people. You know what I'm saying? But
oh man, I've never in my life ever heard anybody mention Sexy Red and Andre 3000 in the same sentence, and that just kind of really just
it wake you up. It wake you up to the realities of what we got to go through as black men in America. Here is that we are not allowed to have something, that isn't one day taken from us. You know what I'm saying? If you look at...
You know what's interesting about that comment? I'm sorry. Yeah. But when it comes to music, we kind of gave it away. It wasn't really taken from us because we had the ability to make all the money from music through hand-to-hand distribution. Somebody came along and said, "Hey, we can get your music out to thousands of people without you going anywhere. You just have to give us 95% of the money." And we did it.
Yeah.
So.
But that was also at a time where, we didn't know how successful we were as a people. I hate the victim role. You know what I'm saying? And I personally never played a victim role. But to say that black people aren't the victims, you know what I'm saying, is really, an injustice. Like that's a true falsehood, because the people that create laws and have the master of the English language and know how to just manipulate contracts themselves, that's what we fell prey to. It was around the time where you just wanted to do music, you just wanted to do something you love, and somebody that didn't have no talent but had all the smarts. You know what I'm saying? They had all the smarts to go, well, hey, look, this is what we'll do. I'll throw you some money, or I'll buy you a car, or I'll get you a house, or whatever gift you want. Just sign this little contract here. We're in business together. You're going to be making some money. I'm going to be making some money. And then now you just signed your life away, and they had to create the master and the slave record. You know what I'm saying? When people talk about, do you have your masters? Your masters is the main one, but then all the rest of them, they call that the slave, the slave one, where, that's the one that, people are playing in the club, and, they send to the DJs in the in the radio stations, but they're like, yo, they came up with these concepts. It's just like when they created the union. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what happened when the union, when they started unionizing workers, and now skilled black laborers, they weren't able to get those contracts no more, because when you are a part of a union, now you having these companies sign union contracts, and so you can't contract work out to somebody that's not a part of these unions, or or these are the people that get you know what I'm saying, the jobs right out the gate. So it's like it's a lot of ways that, you know what I'm saying, things are used to, you know, keep us from, I mean, I know we're off topic, but it's a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? But all it is, you know, they know the laws. All I'm saying is, if you're 40 and you rapping in Minnesota, stop it. But no disrespect to my homies that is rapping in their 40s in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, it's all good. We're just gonna cut this out.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna cut it out at all. So, yeah.
Hey, out of all of this, is the only part he gonna clip and put out there.
That's gonna be the highlight. That's
like,
the part that's gonna pull everybody in.
John is saying if you're 40 and above rapping, and then everybody gonna be like, well, he in his 30s doing comedy. I'm like, I can be 80 doing comedy. You see these comedians.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on it.
Dang. So, wow. So we created hip hop and R&B, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then we gave it to them, right? And they're like, look, we're going to get this out to more people. You just give it to us, right? And we gave it to them. They packaged it up with a little bells and whistles, and then they sell it back to us. It's basically what it is. Because you're paying for streaming services, you're paying for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's sad. All right.
You know when the first private prison opened up?
1984. Oh, okay.
You know what?
Ain't that the year Jordan came into the league?
Yeah, you know what genre of music was in its infancy?
What?
Hip hop. Hip hop started 1977, 1978? And that was just like but that wasn't even hip hop itself. That was just like the culture. You know, the culture of hip hop started around then. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people wasn't really MCing and going crazy like that.
I'd say hip hop really became monetized at that time.
Yeah.
On a global scale or whatever. Yep.
Yeah.
Huh.
But you know what I'm saying? But you know, them parties and them, you know, DJ Herc and all them mixing the records, you know what I'm saying? Get the MCs to come and talk on the microphone. Yeah. You know. Timing.
We are going to end this episode because we could talk for another hour and a half on this, and it just opened up a whole lot of other things. So we'll say that for another episode. But John, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Instagram at XTheGenius, Snapchat at XTheGenius. I don't really use Twitter that much. I got to get into it. I do have a TikTok. I believe that name is XTheGenius as well. Or it might be X is a Genius. One of the two. But yeah, make sure you just stay tuned. I got a lot of things coming. I'm about to start dropping some content on YouTube, Reels, TikTok real soon here. Right now, I'm just making sure that I have enough to stay consistent. And I also got a lot of ideas, and I'm just trying to navigate being able to do those on my own and not have to depend on other people to, you know, either motivate me or come be a part of what I got going on in order for me to, you know what I'm saying, to either shoot some content or put some content out.
There you go.
Yeah.
So everybody follow John on social media so we can encourage him to use his social media more.
Yeah.
Build that following because he is a funny guy. He is. Yeah. He really is. Catch him in one of his shows one of these days. I know we'll be putting together some soon as well.
Yeah, man. I got a lot of things coming on the stand-up side. You know, I got a lot of opportunities. I'm gonna start providing for myself in order to put myself out there more. I'm rubbing my knees. I don't know why. Anything else, man?
Yeah, if you have kids that are involved with sports, there's a good chance that you might run into this guy as a ref. Yeah. So once again, remember, he is a comedian.
Yeah.
So if he's talking about how terrible your kid is, he might just be playing.
I might.
Yeah. So
Also, I'm a solid 300 pounds, and these hands do work. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also licensed to carry, so you know, just keep it sports. You know what I'm saying? Coaches, parents, kids. You know, we're all there to make sure everybody have a good time, especially the kids. But I feel like if the kids aren't having a good time, then you probably just a terrible parent. So, you know, and I feel like if your team is losing by 40, you know, this whistle ain't helping. All right, this ain't nothing this whistle gonna do that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, miraculously, you know what I'm saying, get y'all within 10. All right, so I'm gonna tell you right now, hey, y'all losing about 40 points. I'm not calling no more calls. All right, we try to get this game over with. You know what I'm saying? And also, please don't pull out your camera phone trying to record your son if he gonna sit on the bench the whole time and then get the falling, flopping around, crying, and he don't even score 4 points. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's not fair about that? Is in the NBA right now, you see a lot of flopping and people crying. So that's what these kids are imitating. I'm just saying.
That's true.
They was calling LeBron the flop. Luka is always crying. So it's like, what are these kids supposed to do?
I believe it. I'm just trying to tell you what not to do when I'm reffing. You know what I'm saying? Them other refs, they're a little bit more lenient. Me, I'm not. You know, you ain't finna run into 4 people that, you know what I'm saying, and travel twice and then think I'm finna call a foul. And then when I do call a foul, you miss the free throws. Like, what? What's the point?
Yeah, so with that being said, if you are one of those parents that he just spoke about and you would like to set up a consultation with John before the game so he can explain to you
please
what to expect and what not to expect.
Please do.
If your child is trash.
So we not, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, we out of here. We appreciate you. Please tune in. Please follow Black Male POV Podcast. We're gonna have a lot of.
What made you think of that name?
Well, with me being a black male and having a point of view on most topics in life, I figured that was a good name.
Got you.
Yeah. It started off when I heard Trump talk about black jobs, and it really took me somewhere because, like I said, I understood that in my entire life that I've been making black wages, but I didn't know that there were actually black jobs.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and Googled it. I asked AI what black jobs are, and it explained to me what black jobs are. And I was offended. I was shocked.
And appalled.
But then I wasn't shocked and I wasn't offended because it made sense, but it sucks that it's really like that. And that's when this was born.
Yeah, so, you know, what we trying to say is Trump got shot with an 11. I'm out of here.
Oh.